A lot on the line tonight. It's MLS versus USL Championship as the teams are welcome to the field. We'll have lineups and first kick coming up next. LAFC a 4-3-3 tonight for Steve Trundolo, and without that canceled game over the weekend, it's all their big guns.
And with this lineup, expect Palencia and Campos to get forward. They get the width, they go forward, add the numbers overload. Bogusz has dropped to the number 8 role in there with Kai Kamara and his emergence. 3 goals in the last couple weeks. He's really finding his form in his role within this side. David Martinez, the 18-year-old, gets this opportunity with a really strong LAFC side. Big opportunity for him tonight.
Well, it's a big opportunity as well for Eric Quill and New Mexico United. They set up in a 4-2-3-1 tonight.
And it's really going to be the 3 in the middle. It's going to be Zico Bailey, it's going to be Hosu and Micheletto. They're going to have a big task against the 3 from LAFC, but they can keep possession. Micheletto is one of the best passers of the ball in the entirety of USL Championship. If he has the opportunity, look for Reyes and Flanagan to get higher in transitional moments and attack those wide areas.
One of the most experienced referees this country has to offer, Alan Chapman. He has the whistle tonight as we are almost set for first kick. VAR is also in effect for these quarterfinals. Yunus Marakci will be in the VAR room tonight. Alan Maples with some final words for his New Mexico United side that come on the road trying to take down what many are saying are maybe the favorites in the U.S. Open Cup at this point in the competition. This is one of the best teams MLS has to offer against one of the best teams the USL Championship has to offer. And it should be a very special clash tonight for the first ever meeting between LAFC and New Mexico United. There's the whistle. We are underway and already trying to catch Hugo Lloris off his line. You're not going to catch a World Cup champion off his line. The 2-man wall as Bogusz delivers. Going to get a header towards goal. He'll be tracked down at midfield by Denny Bowanga. Eric Quill said we need doubles on him as quick as possible. Down the line for Bogusz, who cuts it in. Bogusz goes for goal. Deflected into the middle, and Tillman scores. A fast start for LAFC at home as they lead inside of 6 minutes.
Frees it, and when he does, he's just trying to parry it wide, but it falls fortuitously into the path that Tillman still has a lot to do with
Copa America roster. And when he came back to camp, or came back to the club rather, it was more of a dip than a bump coming up back from the national team as this is turned over. Maybe something on for New Mexico. It's Bailey and Reyes. A couple step overs. The square ball for Bailey. Bailey going for goal, and it's just high. Nearly turned over. Micheletto got a touch to it. He couldn't keep it. Now Tillman for Martinez. Longa's up ahead. Maples had him covered. Bailey trying to turn out of trouble. It's Martinez, touched away by Hosu. Leto again taken off the ball, this time by Bogusz. Tough sledding in the middle. Bogusz through for Martinez, saved, the rebound is in! David Martinez makes it 2-0 to LAFC, and they are flying in this quarterfinal.
Maples is just trying to get back into the central part of the goal to be able to cover it, and he actually overruns it as he's just inside the first 40 minutes of this match. That's how close LAFC are to breaking through again, time after time.
That's why many people say this team could be the favorites as Martinez lines it up, batted away by Tambakis. Still there for LAFC, but Hosu finds an outlet in Reyes. Down the line, touched around the corner by Avion Flanagan, tries to keep going into open fields. Flanagan cuts it in. He does win a corner kick for all those troubles.
Again, they've got to learn from their mistakes if they want to try to get forward and try to get back into this match.
But as Alan Chapman ends this first 45 minutes, it is all LAFC tonight in this final quarterfinal. Alan Chapman sends us on our way for 45 more minutes, and maybe more if New Mexico can find a couple of goals in the second half. Plenty of experience coming onto the field. U.S. an MLS Best 11 player back in 2019. Tomas Angel, a goal scorer in the last round for LAFC. Ryan Hollingshead winning the U.S. Open Cup back in 2018 with FC Dallas. Mexico's run to get here, a 3-1 win over the Lubbock Matadors. Then they were at home for a 4-2 victory over Real Salt Lake. It was a back-and-forth fixture. And then going on the road to NYCFC 2 and winning that one by 3-0. It's been, as Eric Quill put it, kind of back and forth. They've been the favorites, then the underdogs, the favorites. They're back to being the underdogs tonight as Campos comes forward. Campos just wide. A slight deflection on it, and a corner kick on the way for LAFC.
Because of the runs in behind so consistently in the first half, that's why there's the hesitancy for anybody to step. And ultimately, Abdi Mohammed, he's got to respect Bouanga out wide, so he's trying to cut off the angle for Campos, but that's why he can't go and confront. And that's what Campos can bring from that left back role, is his willingness to get forward, creates that 2v1, and ultimately you get close enough to goal. If you don't confront him, he's able to score from that distance.
Bogusz and Bouanga. Teddy Bouanga, he'll go for goal. It's right down the chute, taken by Alex Tambakis. Confirmation of the subs for LAFC. 3 changes at the break for Steve Cherundolo. He said without that game that was postponed on the weekend, they traveled to Houston, went through weather delay. Hurricane Beryl was bearing down on southeast Texas. Ended up getting out of there, and as he said, it was just 1 game loading less for the players. Maybe not a bad thing. Fixture congestion here for LAFC. Hell trying to come forward and weave his way through. Here's Hosu. As we mentioned in the first half, a big game coming up on the weekend for LAFC, welcoming in the Columbus Crew. Campos and Angel for Bouanga. Another corner kick coming.
I think because of the dominance and the 2-0 scoreline at half, that's why Steve Cherundolo makes 3 subs at halftime. You alluded to a very good point a moment ago. Without the load of another game, it was canceled on Sunday against Houston. He was able to start a bit stronger of a lineup tonight. Now he's also managing those minutes with that matchup against Columbus on Saturday.
Bogusz. Bogusz! Just wide. And Alex Tambakis scrambling for a moment.
I mean, at this point in the season, Bogusz has so much confidence. And with those 12 goals, now this doesn't seem audacious. This seems like it can happen. It seems like a reality for Bogusz, and he doesn't miss by much. That is the form that Bogusz is in. And he's showing his flexibility within the system because he's able to now play a part of the front 3 with Atuesta coming in.
Nicoletto in a shake free of Ilie. He cuts it in fields. The centering pass. Bailey defended by Atuesta. He stays down. Here's Greg Hurst. Hurst, a look at goal. Hurst scores! It's a way back into it for New Mexico United. Hurst with a banger, 2-1.
Los Angeles, and they just got to see the most prototypical goal that New Mexico United will score all year. The confidence to be able to play it through. And then they break the pressure, and it's Micheletto, the man who needs to be on the ball. He gets on it. Now they get a bit fortunate, but Hosu is so good at picking this up and driving forward. And then Greg Hurst sidesteps the pressure from Atuesta, and the degree of
Celebration from club owner Peter Trevisani as well. Out to Westa, trying to pick out that near post. It bangs off the post. Bouanga, Denny Bouanga curls it just high. LAFC looking for an immediate response.
Tactically, that is just so intelligent from Ilie Sanchez. Oh, what a mag from Bouanga.
Bouanga for Campos. Campos went for goal. And wrong side of the post.
This is going to be a gift somewhere. My goodness. Oh, gosh. Denny Bouanga. Just when you think he can't do anything more to impress you, he megs a play from about 2 yards away. But you just see the respect that New Mexico United have. They just completely allow the ball to go wide to Campos, so that way Bouanga can't get the effort towards goal.
And here is that man you were talking about earlier. It is Daniel Bruce to enter. It's the end of the night for Marco Micheletto. 3 goals so far in the USL Championship for Bruce in 2024. As you mentioned, he's been here with New Mexico since the beginning, his 6th season with the club. He will slot in and have 20 minutes to try to find an equalizer. Here is Bruce. Bruce cutting it in. Bruce going for goal.
Respect being shown. If you didn't know coming in tonight who Anthony Herbert was, you're going to know after the night.
Bogusz trying to cut it back. Bogusz! That could be the one to seal it for LAFC. Another 2-goal advantage and 1 foot in the semifinals.
Mateusz Bogusz is a man possessed right now. In all the best ways for LAFC, his versatility to be able to shift into a more advanced position in the second half causes this to happen. That run across now means, does the center back step? Now it needs to be the right center back. Now it goes to the right back, and it never gets sorted between New Mexico. And by the time there's finally that confidence.
Kale. Indy 11 really deserves all this praise. One of the best teams, at least that community loves Indy 11 in Indianapolis. And he really rallies around them at the mic. Harris is weaving through. Harris on the turn. Harris, the shot blocked. Another opportunity. Akale. Akale goes for goal. It's right down the chute at Lloris. Should pretty much be the last action tonight. And that is the full-time whistle. It is LAFC off to the U.S. Open Cup semifinals for the first time since 2018.